With this presentation, you will get to know why visualization is important in storytelling and what to consider when creating visual marketing materials. A perfect image is worth 1,000 words. Strong visual elements and links to storytelling are key to any successful businesses. The power of strong and meaningful images plays an increasingly bigger role. The span of attention is becoming shorter and shorter, and people are less focused on reading texts. There are only a few seconds to capture consumers' attention. Our brain processes visual content at incredibly high speed. It has been estimated that visual information gets to the brain 60,000 times faster than text. On an intuitive level, this actually seems to make a lot of sense. For example, you are hiking in the woods and you see a bear. Your heart will probably start racing and you may even start running long before your brains put that reaction in the words, saying with a thought like, "Hey, there's a bear!" According to research, the first impression takes place in 0.05 seconds and 94% of first impressions are based on visuals. On websites, people browse all photos but read only 20% of the text and 90% of purchasing decisions are made by visual elements. Consumption of visual elements and social media is growing heavily. There are 3.96 billion total social media users across all platforms. Consumers are 6 times more likely to make purchase from a product page that includes pictures from social media. Facebook posts with photos receive an average 37% increase in engagement. Let's take a look at what are the fundamentals of storytelling through pictures. Identifying your audience and defining your goals. When you are investing a lot of time, money and resources to do attractive and selling visual material to your business story, ensure that you know where your audience is. For example, if you know that your target audience spends most of their time on Instagram, it makes no sense to waste time on Twitter or Facebook. Before you can identify your target web audience, you have to go backward, starting with your final goal. That means that you need to understand your target customer. Ask yourself who could buy what you are selling. Who are your ideal clients? What profession or hobbies do they have? Gender, age, income, topics of interest, etc. To know all these things, you have to collect demographic data on your target audience. To conduct audience research, there are plenty of tools to do it. For example, Google Analytics, Facebook Insight, HubSpot, Ahrefs, and Hotjar. Now that you have identified the target audience, let's take a look at the next step, which is about planning your photo story. You must plan in advance how you are going to visualize the story you have created. So, what are the things you should consider when planning the process? First, think about what your story is about. What is your message you want to deliver to your customer? Then, carefully plan your photo shooting. At this stage, it would be worth writing a list of specific shots, places you want to capture, people you want to include, angles you want to shoot. Think about lighting, weather, scenery. And don't forget to consider the equipment you need: camera and lenses, memory card, lighting, backdrops, etc. Strong emotions. Emotions are an important part of storytelling. It's not enough just to have a pretty image to grab the attention of your audience. The photo has to create an emotional connection with the viewer. They evoke strong emotions with pictures. Put emphasis on your scenery and absorb your customer into it. Try to offer your customer a possibility to experience the things in a photo with all senses. You can use lights and sounds to make it multisense even if it's online. Stories are supposed to stimulate feelings based on how, who, or what they are telling. Using different techniques such as color, background, and details can all indicate different emotions in a photography. With colors, we can set moods, tones, and themes. For example, warm colors like red, yellow, and orange are said to reflect feelings such as passion, power, happiness, and energy. With cool colors, blue, purple, and green, your images will bring feelings of calmness or sadness. Pay attention to details. Small details can help you to create a specific atmosphere, to raise right emotions. Remember also the background, because it can add a sense of place to the photo and tell more about your story. The pictures make stories alive and more memorable. That's why you should definitely put effort into storytelling with pictures. So go ahead and get started.